What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to give you guys my tips and tricks for beginners for Demon's Souls. So obviously, just released on the PS5 yesterday, the remake. Fantastic. We finally get this game. Now, by no means, and I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, by no means am I an expert at this game. By no means do I know about, everything that there is to know about with this game, okay? I feel like, I've played the original Demon's Souls. I've played a little bit of this game now, and I want to give you guys, from someone who pretty much sucks at this game, what are some things to have your eyes on, to know what you're know what you're going to deal with this game as you are jumping in. I assume there will be brand new players to Demon's Souls, and I felt like, well, why not give you guys a beginner tips and tricks from someone who's not very good themselves, because it can only get better from there, right? Let me know what you guys think, or let me know your own tips and tricks for other people in the comments. I'm going to be doing more Demon's Souls videos over the next couple days, so make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, all that good stuff. I have a lot of other social media stuff, Twitter, Discord, second channel, all that stuff. It will be in the description below if you guys want to check it out, okay? So, all right, let's get into Demon's Souls. So, first thing, I'm just going to kind of rattle off several things, but first thing is to backstab everybody humanly possible. You've probably seen this. I feel like it's not necessarily like a reoccurring joke in like the Souls franchise or Demon's Souls franchise, but a thing to note is the backstab does so much more damage to enemies than obviously just attacking them. And the game knows that you can trick enemies, and basically, if they do an attack that leaves themselves wide open, if you get directly behind them and you move, you can backstab them. This is not a stealth game. This is not a game where you need to sneak up on enemies in order to do a backstab. It's honestly part of the core mechanics. Again, you've probably seen this. In fact, they did this in their State of Play video last weekend when they did a State of Play. They showed this off. Very, I would say, easy thing to do overall, but something that does insane amounts of damage, at least to more common, even maybe a little bit higher up than that. But they do not apply, by the way, I guess, talking to beginners, we should make this very clear, does not apply to bosses, does not apply to bosses at all. Another thing is when you go into basically your main area for Demon's Souls, okay, there's going to be different portals that are going to lead you into different areas, right? You start with one, there'll be another 4 that open, and there's technically one other one that's in disrepair that you can't go into. Now, these are not meant, now you have to do the first one, right? And once you beat the first boss in that first world, then you can go to the other ones. There is no, and you could probably go online. In fact, I did find this online, somebody's like recommended order of going through all the different levels, because there's kind of like parts to each level. You can definitely look it up. I could even maybe leave a link for this this site in the comments, but the point is that you're not necessarily supposed to go just all throughout one, then all throughout the second one, then all throughout the third one, in terms of like the order in which you find these portals, right? There will be times where sometimes you just can't get through it. Maybe you don't have the necessary like materials, or maybe you just literally hit a brick wall in terms of the difficulty. You are meant to go around. Again, there is not meant to be an order to this game, okay? Attacking, now I want to talk about this. This is something funny enough, I made the mistake of in the original Demon's Souls. You can attack anybody in this game, okay? You can attack merchants, you can attack people that talk to you, you can attack anybody. It's a bad idea. Some will actually attack you back, some will not do business with you, and there are some people in this game that are very beneficial to you in terms of like gear, in terms of selling, in terms of buying, and if you, God forbid, eliminate them, they are gone. If they attack you, or they just, stop and you can't do anything with them, they're gone. And so, again, you can do this to anybody. It is fun. It's a funny thing in general to do, but it's something that I think you definitely need to be aware of. Overburdening yourself is another thing. This is something that I run into issues with any Fallout game, any Bethesda game that allows this kind of stuff, is picking up too much stuff. I am the king of, if I find something, I need to have it, because at worst I can just sell it and get some sort of material, or get some sort of like currency in whichever game I'm playing, right? But again, the thing to remember is they always do have their downfalls. You can't say there's not a merchant on the corner of every single hallway, right? So you do have to be careful with what you're carrying. You can find things that actually like boost how much you can carry. Okay, so there is not necessarily upgrades, but there are ways basically of boosting that up. But you want to be careful with what you're actually carrying at any given time. Okay. Another thing is playing to your class and leveling up your class the way you want to play. So you obviously can start with different pre-built classes, and you can change them, right? Like if one doesn't focus on magic or certain things that can maybe help you destroy enemies may be beneficial to eventually get into your character, even if you're not going down that path, okay? Not necessarily magic, but whatever, right? So you can obviously alter where your character goes throughout the game. But the important thing to remember is this. You do want to have in your head the kind of structure or the kind of play style that you like. So if you want to be a tank, you need to if you're going to act like, I shouldn't even say want, right? If you're going to act like a tank, if you're going to go in there and you want to cause massive damage, but you know you're going to take massive damage, well, you're going to need to level up the equivalent things. You know what I mean? Don't act a different way than how you're spending your like basically your points on, right? Because if you mix and match and you're playing a different way than how your character is built, much like any game, but this game obviously, in case you guys didn't know, it's a little unforgiving, right? This game is not like that, okay? If you do something like that, maybe sometimes you can get away with it. In this game, you're not going to get away with it. You're going to want to, again, basically create and develop a character that you are using in the way that you're creating it, okay? I would say there's plenty of other things, okay? I mean, we could go into like the specific boss battles and stuff like that. Again, I know other people have done that numerous times, so I'll stay out of that. The final thing, for a game like this, for a game like the Souls games, if this is the very first game that you've ever played in this franchise, and again, I'm terrible at these games, but I have played, I think, every single one of them. Have I gotten far in any of them? Heavens no. Heavens no. But I have played them all. The thing to note is to, I would say, stay calm, but don't rush in to anything, okay? Study. The characters all have signs. Some NPCs, some bosses, they're a little harder to read than others. Some will obviously take a much longer time to figure out than others, okay? There's obviously no debating that. But if you rush in, like I probably did the very first time I played Demon Souls, because I'm just like that, you are not going to make it very far. You need to slow the pace. You need to remember where everybody is. Because remember, if you die and you have to go back, you want to pick up your body so you can get like the souls back. I mean, the characters are going to be same spot, doing the same things, having the same attack structure. Bosses are going to act the same, right? And now there are deviations depending on how you play this game. You guys may know this. If you participate in like online things, you can get enemies that are easier off to fight, against. Like the world basically becomes easier. If you go throughout this game and you're like not dying at all, the game will actually populate it with harder enemies, and the game will actually make it just overall harder. So the game, to an extent, I wouldn't say it's the craziest thing on planet Earth, but to an extent, the game kind of develops or like evolves with you as a player. So that is definitely something to notice in this game, that it does go based off of you. But, again, slowing it down, studying it all, hardest thing for me to do, because I just want to get in, get through it all. Or, if you make it so far into a level and then you die and then you're going to get just really mad, I think there actually is a psychology to, you make it so far, maybe you make it farther than you ever have before, but then you die, and then you progressively get more angry. You will never make it even close to that area again, because you really just have to take a deep breath and figure out where everybody is and figure out the best ways of doing it. Again, these are kind of like overarching tips and tricks, right? They're nothing super specific. Ultimately, I think other people do a much better job of telling you guys this, so I just wanted to give you guys the best version of a beginner's tips and tricks that I could possibly do. Again, as always, you guys are probably the best resource that we have, right? Maybe people that are veterans of this franchise, people that are playing it for the first time. Leave in the comments your own tips and tricks for others to see, not just what I said, but also what you guys are saying in the comments. Always seems to help people out. So make sure you guys do that. Again, make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. Again, my Twitter is podcastnow15. That's my username. I have a Discord server. I have a second channel called Podcast Now Plus. All three of those things are in the description below if you guys want to check that out. I will be doing more Demon Souls videos. I can do like a fails montage if you guys want to see how bad I am, but I will be doing more videos on Demon Souls, maybe more like opinion pieces on this game over the coming days, over the coming weeks, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the truly first and only at this point, PS5 game, because Godfall is also on PC, and every other game on PS5 is also on PS4. This is it. This is the game that you can only get on PS5, and I'm so happy that we can all play it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.